तारीख के हमले के जवाब में हमने 22 मिनट में आतंकियों के 9 सबसे बड़े ठिकाने तबाह कर दिए। दुनिया ने और देश के दुश्मनों ने भी देख लिया कि जब सिंदूर बारूद बन जाता है तो नतीजा क्या होता है। जो सिंदूर मिटाने निकले थे उन्हें मिट्टी में मिलाया है। सीमा पार पाकिस्तान का रहीम यार खान एयरबेस है, आईसीयू में पड़ा है। पाकिस्तान के साथ न ट्रेड होगा न टॉक। अगर बात होगी तो सिर्फ पाकिस्तान के कब्जे वाले कश्मीर की। मोदी का दिमाग ठंडा है, ठंडा रहता है, लेकिन मोदी का लहू गर्म होता है। मोदी की नसों में लहू नहीं, गरम सिंदूर बह रहा है। बंदे बंदे बंदे।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Amidst chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Prime Minister Modi fired a BrahMos missile at Pakistan. He recounted how it took our braves 22 minutes to raise down 9 terror dens in Pakistan and avenge Pahalgam. His words, Sindoor Bana Barood or gunpowder, was both symbolic of India's action and a warning for Pakistan. He wrote that Sindoor is running through his veins and that it has reduced Pakistan's arsenal into ashes and dust. And don't miss the symbolism behind the Prime Minister's speech exactly 1 month after the dastardly Pahalgam attack. He spoke in Bikaner, barely 150 kilometers from the Indo-Pak border. Before he spoke in Bikaner, he landed near the Nal Air Base, which the Pakistanis had tried to target but failed. This base is home to several squadrons of the Indian Air Force. Prime Minister Modi reminded that Pakistan's Rahim Yar Khan Air Base has been put in the ICU because our armed forces hit their targets and managed to save any Pakistan attack on the Nal Air Base. He also visited the holy Karni Mata temple. Remember how Pakistan targeted temples, convents, and even the Golden Temple. He vowed that India will not cower to Pakistan's nuclear blackmail. While people in the crowd chanted Bharat Mata Ki Jai, the Congress berated our own Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi, in a post, accused the Prime Minister of filmy dialogues. The Kerala Congress was quick to post saying, health hazard warning, running on Sindoor causes side effects like chest thumping and fact distortion, a non-biological marvel. Jairam Ramesh asked 4 questions, and I quote, why are the killers of Pahalgam still free? Why not chair an all-party meeting? Why no special session of parliament? Why silent on claims of mediation by Trump? Aam Aadmi Party's Sanjay Singh went a step further, calling Prime Minister a Sindoor salesman. Look at the irony. While the opposition questioned Operation Sindoor, their own leaders were part of all-party delegations even as we speak in foreign countries, which are carrying India's message and India's stand against terror to the world. 3 such delegations have already left. There are 5 congressmen in these delegations to represent Bharat. But back home, watch how they portray Modi, not Pakistan, as the villain.
प्रधानमंत्री के 56 इंच का सीना है तो पहले तो उनको डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के उससे बात का कंट्राडिक्ट करना चाहिए, सख्ती के साथ कंट्राडिक्ट करना चाहिए कि उन्होंने दो पक्षीय जो वार्ता हम लोग के बीच में होनी थी उसमें उन्होंने दखल दिया।
देखिए, मसूद अजहर मरा नहीं, हमें उसे मारना था, पीओके पे कब्जा करना था, पीओके पे कब्जा नहीं हुआ, मसूद अजहर नहीं मरा, हाफिज सईद नहीं मरा, जो मास्टरमाइंड थे वो सारे के सारे मरने थे, आपने बटन दबा दिया रोकने का।
आज सवाल ये है कि 1 महीने बाद भी ये लोग कहां फरार हैं, इनको जमीन निकल गई, आसमान में चले गए, ये कहां चले गए?
कि हमारी सेना का कितना नुकसान किया गया है, उसके आधार पर ये बात कही जा सकती है कि पाकिस्तान को जो कुछ किया गया उतना भर पर्याप्त नहीं था।
Look at the irony of it all. Not the BJP, but even the Pakistan fact checks Congress for being absurd. Pakistan DGISPR was asked if India forewarned them about Operation Sindoor, as the Congress claims. To this, he said, "It is absurd to say that India warned us. Pakistan does not rely on Indian intel sources. We make our own security assessment." Congress, which usually parrots Pakistan and disbelieves our own DGMO, today rejected Pakistan. This is convenient politics by them. But watch how those within Pakistan feel the pain of defeat and humiliation. Pakistan's senators are questioning the failure of their own defense forces and say that Pakistan has been reduced to laughingstock by India. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Motorola legitimate question we are asking on the news hour tonight: is Congress trying to make Modi the villain, not Pakistan? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the others.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Professor Jyotsna Tirunagri, National Spokesperson of the TDP. Also joining me on the debate, Smita Prakash, Editor ANI, Piyush Joshi, National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Professor Anwar Pasha, National Spokesperson of the RJD. But my first question goes to Congress leader Sanjay Jha. And Sanjay Jha, I want to ask you, do you believe Pakistan or do you believe India? Do you believe our defense forces or do you believe what Trump says? I am asking you this question because on the day the Pahalgam attack completes 1 month, a little bit of sensitivity would not have been out of place. A little bit of restraint would not have been out of place. A little bit of restraint at a time when the delegations from all parties are traveling across the globe to put a united stand of India and its stand against terror exported by Pakistan would probably have been an attitude that would have been in order for this country, our country, India, to which you belong, to which I belong, to which the government belongs, to which the opposition belongs. On such a day, to start taking pot shots and saying, non-biological PM, jawab do, filmy dialogue, rather unfortunate, you would say, Dr. Sanjay Jha?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to all my fellow panelists as well. Navika, let me answer your question straight away. I think every citizen of this country respects, admires, and loves India's defense forces. But they have an equal, if not more, contempt and disgust with our politicians in our country. And I want to quote to you an eminent Admiral Vishnu Bhagwat and several other very eminent members of the defense services who have written a letter to the President of India. And let me just quote you so that this discussion doesn't become a partisan tutu meme conversation between Gaurav Bhatia and me. So I'm going to quote you a letter signed by Admiral Vishnu Bhagwat and several other names which are out there in the public domain. For the benefit of your viewers, I'll keep it very short. This is on Vijay Shah, the minister in the Madhya Pradesh government, who continues to be part of the BJP after insulting Colonel Sophia Qureshi. And these are the words of these eminent people who love our country, who are patriotic, and who are part of the defense services. In this, he publicly betrayed his gender insensitive, non-secular, divisive state of mind, deprecating women in general, tending to incite communal fissures, and insulting India's defense forces. I think today is a good day for my friend Gaurav Bhatia on behalf of his party to apologize to India's defense services. They go on to add, because the deputy chief minister, his name is Jagdish Devda of Madhya Pradesh, went on to say that the army has to bow down before our Mr. Modi. And guess what they write? These derogatory statements can adversely affect the morale of the servicing personnel of our defense forces, resulting in weakening our national security and territorial integrity. You know, Navika, frankly, I can go on and give 10 instances. Donald Trump announcing the ceasefire. Where are the terrorists who killed our own innocent people in cold blood 1 month ago? Where are they? Nobody knows. Intelligence failure, security lapse. The BJP is, of course, above all this. And I think people of this country can see on railway tickets. And where have you, Mr. Modi is now actually taking advantage and making political capital of the death of innocent people and the success of our armed forces. I mean, I have never seen a more reprehensible, repugnant conduct by a political party in power. It's cheap, it's crude, and it's unwarranted. But Gaurav Bhatia must answer, not me. This is Admiral Vishnu Bhagwat and many other eminent people who asked this question of the government and the BJP. Over to you, Gaurav. I'm done.
Well, Sanjay Jha, you chose to pick up something that we debated last week and all of this week till Thursday, Vijay Shah. Abominable statements, but we spent 7 days discussing that. And I'm surprised that you chose to ignore any of the questions coming out of the statements made by the Congress party today. Today, on the day Pahalgam completes 1 month. I just asked for some sensitivity. Clearly, my request fell on deaf ears. But Gaurav Bhatia, back to politics. Please respond.
So, Navika, first of all, I think every Indian, excluding the Congress and people like Sanjay Jha, are proud of Narendra Modi ji and his commitment towards strengthening our country. I think when he spoke today and earlier when he addressed the nation, the resolve that he showed that we would eradicate terrorism and their bosses and a rogue nation like Pakistan was felt and it resonated with every Indian. The sad part is that Congress today might be the oldest party in the country, but they have become a puppet in the hands of Pakistan. When Indians, the army and Narendra Modi ji celebrate, the Congress whines with Pakistan, they cry foul, they question the valor of the Indian army, they question the intent of Narendra Modi ji and the External Affairs Minister. Where does it take them? We all know. On the other side of the border, partnering with Pakistan. Now Sanjay Jha asked me, what do I have to say about Vijay Shah? So without mincing words, we had discussed this earlier, but I can tell you that I felt ashamed that a leader can insult my sister, and therefore I condemn it, and I am very hopeful my party will take strict action against the
It's
leader.
still in your
Having
party.
said that, now I want to ask Sanjay
No
Jha,
action taken.
don't speak in between. Navika, I don't think this is appropriate. I don't think this is appropriate. You know, I don't want to indulge in a cheap type debate that Sanjay Jha does.
Okay.
I think I made my strong statement. Now I have a few things to ask of Sanjay Jha. One, what would you call a leader who says, and I quote, China thrashing our security forces personnel in Arunachal? Says who? Do you know? Rahul Gandhi. Our brave Indian army thrashed the Chinese army. But Rahul Gandhi, and I have quoted, says the Indian army got thrashed. Would you have a word to say against Rahul Gandhi about this statement? Second, Rahul Gandhi finds a mention, his quote, on the dossier presented by Pakistan in United Nations Security Council used against Bharat. And this is exactly what is happening now. Kharge ji calling Operation Sindoor छुटपुट. ये छुटपुट क्या होता है? छुटपुट तो आपकी नजरें हैं, छुटपुट आपकी नियत है. And therefore I condemn Mr. Kharge. Now Robert Vadra, after 22nd April, said what? He said this terror attack happened because the Muslims in India are feeling insecure, giving a clean chit to Pakistan. Sonia Gandhi did not utter a word. Now my next picture I want to show. Rafale, they showed their bite. 10 years Congress could not get even one Rafale to India because they were looking for commission. Now Ajay Rai, their president Uttar Pradesh, insulting Rafale, just trying to demoralize the Indian Air Force. What has Rahul Gandhi or Kharge ji said on this? Nothing. And the worst, I would say, today the Prime Minister is leading from the front and we know he's a strong one. But this is Congress Party's tweet from the official handle saying Sar Tan se juda, not of the Pakistani Prime Minister, not of the General Munir, but of Narendra Modi ji. And later this tweet was re-quoted and posted by a former minister of Pakistan and deleted by the Congress. So having made this point, I just want to say this. When we send a delegation, Navika, they have a problem. They don't trust a former union minister of the Congress, Shashi Tharoor, Anand Sharma, Manish Tiwari, and they start fighting. The reason is simple. अगर कांग्रेस में रहना है तो गांधी गांधी कहना है, वो भी फेक गांधी, and they don't even trust their own leaders. They are assets for India and our government is using them.
Absolutely.
They are
Absolutely.
Indians first
And Sanjay Jha, कांग्रेस में रहना और कांग्रेस का रहना are two different things for the Congress party, na? Because that's why you have a problem on anybody who's chosen to go and represent India abroad. You don't trust your own party men. 5 of them are part of these delegations, and look at the kind of tweets, the kind of statements that are coming in, saying, "Arey, this is non-biological PM, Sindoor, side effects." Sindoor, Operation Sindoor is a serious defense forces action, Dr. Sanjay Jha. To make fun about it is to make fun of all of those people who have lost their lives. Those women in front of whose eyes their husbands, their, even their children were watching their fathers being killed. You and the Congress party actually think this is a joking matter, Dr. Sanjay Jha. I'm ashamed. Sindoor has become a part of a joke and a satire for the Congress party.
Navika, let me tell you 2 things very clearly. I'm glad you have raised it. I respect what you're saying. But do you realize 2 women, brave women, one Himanshi Narwal, the other Colonel Sofia Qureshi, the way they have been trolled and abused by the right-wing ecosystem, many of them represented here on your show. I mean, that to me is the ultimate low.
It was.
Nobody here
it was. We condemn it. I stand with Himanshi Narwal, whatever her views are. But is the Congress party part of an ecosystem that believes in trolling the operation of the defense forces and Smita Prakash? Smita Prakash, I want to ask you this question. We are as much journalists as we are common citizens of India. We are not politicians. I want to ask you, when the Kerala Congress tweets Sindoor ke side effects, chest thumping, I want to ask you, is this not making a joke out of the entire Operation Sindoor that was launched by India and our defense forces? And that tweet was retweeted by the Congress party's head of the media department, or whatever designation he has, Jairam Ramesh. It carries the sanctity of the National Congress Party. It's not a state Congress Party tweet on X. Smita Prakash, do you not think that Sindoor was made fun of to score political brownie points and was made fun of by a recognized national party, which is the oldest party, and today it is in opposition, the largest opposition party? Is this how they ridicule the death of those who lost their lives in Pahalgam?
Since you mentioned Jairam Ramesh, he has spent more years in public service than I have in journalism. And I would dread to think that a man of his experience would be anything but patriotic. So I really wonder why he would do something like this, because he has seen India through several conflicts/wars. So why would he at this time, when it is expected out of him, like it's expected out of all your panelists, including me and you, to set aside our ideologies in times of near war situation, set aside our political differences, our personal views, because it is a time when the country calls us for national duty. It's a time, like they say, all good men and women come to the aid of the country. And whatever baser instincts that are there, which lurk in all of us, I don't say that any of us are above these instincts, but we have learned to, or we should learn to curb these in times of conflict. And I get it that that their job demands that they have to go against the Prime Minister at most times, and it's the job of the Prime Minister and his political party to attack the opposition in most times. But these are not most times. These are different times. These are times of conflict. These are times when the duty towards your nation, towards your armed forces, towards narrative building, which is just as much a part of a war narrative, which is important for the country. And that is where we are right now. The Prime Minister's speech today wasn't just, rhetoric, which the Congress would like to say, or which other parties would like to say. It is taking full ownership of Operation Sindoor, cessation of hostilities, sending out the message that if there is a cessation of hostilities, it is a decision that India has taken, and it is solely India's decision as to when it takes and where it takes. So it wasn't just to the people of Bikaner that he was making that statement, the Prime Minister. He was also making it thousands of kilometers apart, away to Washington, D.C. But see, what is important is that the military operations are on hold for now. The narrative offensive has begun. And for the narrative offensive, and it is about our new security doctrine, the country's new security doctrine, not the BJP's or the Prime Minister's, the country's new security doctrine, which is being okayed by across the board, bipartisan support. Now that doctrine is being told to the nation as well as being told to the world. And when it's being told to the world, it is a multi-party delegation going to all corners of the globe. So they have put aside their ideology and they are articulating India's point of view. So I don't see why it should cause dissonance when we are speaking to our own people. So the noise that you're seeing, Navika, these days, or just the past 24 hours or 48 hours, I will say, which is emanating right now, is this itch that we don't want any party to take credit for what has been a military achievement. Remember, the military in our country is always subservient to the political dispensation of the country, regardless of which political dispensation has been in power.
Absolutely. And for an itch, Piyush Joshi, for an itch to call the Prime Minister Sindoor ka salesman. I mean, if this is not crass politics, then what qualifies to be crass politics? And I know, I'm not questioning anybody's patriotism here. I'm not here to do that. I'm sure you're as much Indian as I am, or the BJP is, or the Prime Minister is. Of course, we all stand for India first. But as Smita Prakash put it, there is a narrative war. This is not the 1970s, this is not the 1960s, this is not the 1950s, we are in 2025. The narrative war sometimes is bigger than the military war. And I want to ask you, calling the Prime Minister Sindoor ka salesman, is this not taking to the level where you are actually now hurting those who have been hurt enough for a lifetime? In fact, those who are not even here today because their lives were cut short by terrorists from across the border. Aaj, hamare hi desh ke log, people of this country are going to hurt our own brothers and sisters in the manner that we are by making Sindoor almost as if it is a joke.
I understand what you wanted to ask me, and let me make my point briefly and crisply. Who's involved in the political marketing of Operation Sindoor? You know, I fail to understand why Operation Sindoor's photographs, you know, in a manner like an advertisements are printed on railway tickets. Why cutouts of Prime Minister Modi and Operation Sindoor are there? There are no pictures of Colonel Qureshi or Wing Commander Singh or Vikram Misri, who are the faces of Operation Sindoor all through that. You know, the political marketing of this operation began, you know, from 7th of May, 8th of May, 9th of May. Why I am saying that? Because the Prime Minister skipped the all-party meeting. The Prime Minister went to an election rally. That was possibly more important than attending the all-party meeting. So if you are involved in a political marketing of a campaign which has been initiated by armed forces, who gets involved in political marketing if not a salesman? So it's very simple. You ask for boycotting Turkey. The whole country backs you on this. Opposition backs you on this. What has happened to the Chalabi contract? Can I ask Gaurav Bhatia through you? Is Chalabi still working on Indian airports or not? Why on 8th of May, you know, we are all against China, whether it is a Chinese military might or whether we want to compete against China on trade levels. But we give the Chinese company Dragon Pass a contract to maintain airport lounges, and that too all across country on 8th of May. So, you know, a true patriot must be able and must be willing to defend his own country against its own government when he feels the need for that. And that is what the opposition is doing. The opposition backed the government. The opposition is for the pride and valor of armed forces when the operation was ongoing. Right now, according to the MEA spokesperson, the Operation Sindoor is still ongoing. And when that operation is still ongoing, the Prime Minister goes and brazenly markets Operation Sindoor for cheap political gains. These questions are for the Prime Minister. These questions are for the Bharatiya Janata Party. A little sensitivity, a little restraint, as you said, must have been welcome, but it is no sensitivity and no restraint on part of the largest political party of the country, and that is the Bharatiya Janata Party. And that is what we are questioning. Nobody is questioning the armed forces. Nobody is questioning the pride and valor of the armed forces. You had Pakistan on the knees. The manner in which the ceasefire was announced, that is why question have risen. And the questions are for the government of the day, because we still believe that India is a democracy, and in a democratic country we have a non-political kind of an apolitical army which basically responds to the orders of its politically democratically elected masters, and that is why these questions are.
So you are in direct competition, you know, in insensitivity, as you say. You are alleging that the BJP is insensitive, so aap Sindoor ka salesman kahein, that is very much within your rights. Is that what you are saying? Is that what you are saying? Sindoor ka salesman. Is it a you know, proper statement at this point in time?
Ma'am, let me make it very clear.
Navika, can I respond to both?
They are involved in cheap political marketing of a campaign of.
I'm asking forces. About you.
You know,
I'm asking about you. उनके बारे में तो आपने कह दिया. You have said what you had to say, and Gaurav Bhatia will respond. I'm asking about you and the statement of your member of parliament, Sanjay Singh.
What I'm trying to tell you is exactly the same, that why Sanjay Singh made this statement.
Oh.
You know, it may not, you may not like it.
So if they are insensitive, you want to compete with the insensitivity. That is your response. Gaurav Bhatia, please respond.
Aam Aadmi Party backed the Prime Minister and the armed forces all through.
So one by one.
Now we are well within our rights.
Piyush Joshi, I gave you enough time. You have said what you have said, because this is a competition on insensitivity. This is about settling political scores. India, the armed forces, the global narrative can take a walk. Well, Gaurav Bhatia, please respond.
So Navika, let me first respond to the Congress, though there is no official spokesperson, but Sanjay Jha has tried very hard to corner the government and the Indian armed forces. First, if there is a party that can be called Nishane-Pakistan, it would be the Congress party. And I will tell you why. They oppose everything. They oppose even when Operation Sindoor is successful. They oppose surgical strike asking for proof, Balakot air strike. And I would not be wrong if I just give you a list of everything that they have opposed. Article 370 they opposed. They opposed when we got Rafale. They opposed when we created this position of the CDS, the Chief of the Defense Forces, and it takes us to only one logical conclusion. Congress here is to weaken Bharat, and their hatred for Narendra Modi ji is such that they can't even see what their contribution for the country should be. Second, Sanjay Jha talking about the army, I just showed the statement of Rahul Gandhi that Indian forces have been beaten by the Chinese army. He did not have the courage to even comment. He asked me about Vijay Shah. I made a statement because principles are principles. You cannot compromise. Now Sanjay Jha, tell me, Karnataka Congress MLA Manjunath asking for proof again. Has the Congress party taken any action? You remember that jibe at the army chief, late Bipin Rawat ji, Sadak ka Gunda, but Sandeep Dixit is still in the party. So we all know you hate the Indian army, you hate Narendra Modi ji, and you can never stand with the tricolor. Third, on Sindoor, Navika, please recall Udit Raj, just after the terrorist attack, when this Operation Sindoor was conducted, what did he say? The name of Operation Sindoor is communal in nature, insulting every Hindu woman who puts Sindoor. And Sindoor is an integral part of our culture. Now they've repeated that by saying that the Prime Minister is a salesman of Sindoor. I don't know from where they get this hatred. Last, Narendra Modi ji, even during the earlier visit to the Adampur Air Base, S-400 behind his back, gave a strong message not just to Pakistan, but to the entire world that Pakistan was lying. Our air base is intact, our morale is high. And this is what the Congress couldn't accept. And Congress leaders' statements are being played on the floor of the House of Pakistan. Is it not a shame for Rahul Gandhi?
Absolutely. And Pakistan's National Assembly is debating how their country has failed, but not in India. Not in India. We will run our country down. Pakistan, you know, their members of the assembly are actually saying that they are embarrassed with the performance of Pakistan, but in India, we will not be proud. People are asking questions. Devananda Mishra asking this question, isn't Congress turning against the nation while opposing Modi? Mr. Pillai, RMK Pillai, also has this question, hatred towards Prime Minister Modi turning Congress into political villains? Eklavya asking this question, why is Rahul Gandhi not asking how many Pakistani jets were destroyed? Pramod Kumar, can opposition parties hope to come to power if they don't even love their country? Sapna, to get more votes, can opposition even go against national interest? And I want to ask you, Professor Jyotsna, Sindoor in our country, in our culture, is a very important part of the way in which a married woman comes forth. In many parts of the country, Sindoor is the sign of a married woman. And the manner in which Pahalgam terrorists actually came and asked each of these women, killed the men, their husbands in front of them, which is why on that emotional note, the entire military action was called Operation Sindoor. And it was actually to avenge the killing of these husbands. I want to ask you, Dr. Jyotsna, when that in itself, the basic emotion is made a joke of, what else is remaining? You know, even the pain of these women is being turned into a joke.
Navika, Navika ji, with a heavy heart, I should say, this was not expected. I'll tell you why. When our civilians, our tourists, our fellow citizens were killed, they bled, then the leaders should not be, talking nonsense. They should have at least shown some empathy. Even then, we had Congress MLAs talk. No. They actually made a mockery of the victims, if you remember, Navika ji. I was on your show that day as well. I questioned one of the Congress leaders, but he couldn't answer. Now, when our soldiers are bleeding, our soldiers are literally bleeding at the borders, Navika ji. Even now, the leaders, the opposition leaders, they are stooping to the lowest possible point. Lowest possible point. Isn't it expected that we at least stand tall and stand in support of our leader, of our soldiers? Navika ji, I'll tell you one thing. Sindoor is just not a, I wouldn't say it's just indication of a married woman or something like that, but also it is an indication of strength. It's an indication of resilience. I love and I'm proud to, have Sindoor on my forehead. I'm proud. I'm an Indian and I'm proud. I'm really proud of it. Now, these people make a mockery of it. I don't know why. And again, I'll come to, I think, Piyushi from AAP. He said, the BJP is using it or Narendra Modi ji is using it or whatnot. But my simple question there is, as you rightly quoted, insensitivity is what they're talking about. Show me a single statement, Navika ji, by any of the BJP, social media handles or the Honorable Prime Minister or anyone from the ministries or ministers, call Operation Sindoor a fake. Call Operation Sindoor a short fight. Call Operation Sindoor kuch to kiya tha. Show me a single instance, Navika ji. But here, you have a Congress leader who is an AICC General Secretary from Jammu and Kashmir, call it, kuch to kiya tha. Very small thing. And you have a Congress MLA, Manjunath from Karnataka, I believe, if I'm not wrong, making a mockery of Operation Sindoor. Now,
the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has called it chutput. Chutput, he has called it.
Kharge, chutput. नहीं आपको तो एक बात माननी पड़ेगी नविका जी, you don't need a Pakistani spokesman or spokesperson in your channel or in the country. Trust me, you have got one, because Kharge ji's remarks literally emboldened Pakistan because they were actually quoted in Pakistani media, if you remember, Navika ji. So you don't need a separate Pakistani spokesperson to defend themselves in our country. You have one. Very clearly you have one, and in fact you have an entire party to do that. Now, for us, if you ask me, strong borders, fearless retaliation and global respect. These are our primary concern and these are our utmost concern for us, and we have done it. Now, from foreign policy to national security, we are actually building. NDA is building and Congress is blaming. That's what we are doing. That's what we are doing and that's what they are doing. Now, Navika ji, my simple question to either the Congress spokesperson or the AAP spokesperson or any of the opposition, and I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to quote Navika ji, I don't want to call them opposition. I want to call them opportunists. I'll tell you why. Anything, anytime happens, they are literally, in Telugu we call it Gotikada Nakkalu, and they're just literally, standing there to pounce on the meat if they find anything. I'm sorry to say, it is not opposition. Opposition can be, constructive.
Absolutely.
If we can talk, I
Anwar
already
Pasha
mentioned
ji.
earlier also.
Professor Anwar Pasha, please respond. Please
absolutely
respond to Professor Jyotsna. She's raising the question, especially at a time when parliamentary delegations are globally presenting India's point of view. Should we really not put our differences aside?
Navika ji, I have heard Jyotsna ji and other panelists also. And give me one instance. I will ask Jyotsna ji to give one instance, one example, where the opposition party did not stand with the government after that attack in Pahalgam, as well as the Operation Sindoor started. The whole nation was united. We were all in one voice supporting the government, and we were against the Pakistan. Each and every opposition party, they were all with the government. They stood with the government. They wanted to stand action against the Pakistan so that they can't dare in future to attack or inflict such injuries to us, to our nation. So this is not true that the opposition has always been criticizing the government. No, it is not true. We are with the government. We have been with the government. We have been with our soldiers. We have our defense forces. We have unitedly, we have shown our unity. The whole nation has shown its unity. But see, today what is happening? The way Prime Minister was delivering his speech in Bikaner, it seems that he was addressing an election rally there. He was addressing just like the way, the whole rhetoric, it was nothing but rhetoric. We all know that our Prime Minister is very fond of rhetoric. And he has been making such rhetoric since 2014 till date. And continuously, it is very unfortunate that despite this rhetoric about Prime Minister, we are facing such actions from Pakistan and China. They are continuously hurting our country, our nation. And this rhetoric has not worked. We are happy that the government took such a stand against Pakistan and Operation
If you still
Sindoor
think
was
this is
launched.
rhetoric,
And,
despite Operation Sindoor, then I don't know what you're really looking for. But we asked a question, and we did a social media survey. And we asked the question, is the opposition trying to make Modi the villain, not Pakistan? 85% of the people said yes. 13% people said no. 2% sat on the fence, said can't say. 85% of the people believe you're trying to make Modi the villain when you should be actually making Pakistan the villain. Well, I rest my case because the judgment of the people, the judgment of the citizens is what stands supreme. And today, ladies and gentlemen, on a day when Pahalgam completes 1 month, 30 days, our wounds are still raw. We have done phase 1 of retribution. Our armed forces have made us hold our head high. They have brought Pakistan to their knees. So much so that Pakistan themselves are trolling their own army. But the time here in this century is about winning the narrative war. And in the narrative war, are we actually beginning to defeat ourselves? Are we competing within the country rather than outside? That is the question people are asking. At a time when the country is putting a united face forward, taking the step of taking all parliamentarians to expose Pakistan and its terror antecedents, should there be discordant notes within India just for a few political brownie points? Is it really worth it? I leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.